Hello, welcome back to session three, accountability and integrity. This is lesson two, and lesson two is organizational integrity. And this gets a little bit more challenging as a leader to start to hold groups of people, if not the whole organization, uh, accountable for their integrity. And so it comes down to, does your organization do what it says it's going to do? And there are two key things here, right? First of all, you've got your clients, your customers that you have to take care of. And you have to make sure that those promises that your marketing, your branding, if you will, matches what you are able to deliver. It is a huge, huge, important aspect of running a dynamic, effective organization. Often, um, branding, if you will, is used more for marketing and just to get people through the door. And then when they actually get in the door and they either buy your service or buy your product, often if your actions and your objectives don't match your promises, and that's what branding is, it's a promise, then you automatically disappoint your clients and your customers. And that's step one of your business starting to slide. It's really important to get that anything that goes out as a branding statement is not a marketing statement. I should say, not just a marketing statement, it is an operational statement. Important to make that shift because branding has been taken over as, oh, what do we look like to the outside world? And that's great until they come in and actually do business with you. If you don't have your branding that's going out to the outside world matching how you operate and your integrity, that's a slippery slide really fast. So of course that impacts business right off the bat and creates uncomfortableness. It creates not being able to develop loyal customers. It is all about developing loyal customers. It's way too expensive to keep going out and getting new customers time and time again. And so building loyal clients, loyal customers is a testament to your organization and how you do things. It's a bit tricky though, right? When you're the first lesson, we spoke about personal integrity and agreements and all that stuff. Well, the exact same process and the exact same consequences and opportunities are the same with individual requests and opportunities and agreements and organizational requests, opportunities, and agreements. It is important that as you grow your organization and you hire and you get bigger and things get more challenging, that you stay in integrity with what you say you're going to provide, what you say you're going to do. So what happens if that starts to slip? And it's nobody says you have to be perfect, right? People understand that mistakes happen, and but the defining factor, the defining moment for an organization is when something goes wrong. Not so much that people are going to hate you because it went wrong. People judge you on how quickly you fix it. And it's interesting when something goes wrong, and it's going to happen, right? No matter how great you are, this is when a really solid organization jumps in because here's a home run pitch. Here's the opportunity to create a loyal customer by your actions, mindset, and attitude in fixing the problem as quickly as possible. And that's what your clients slash customers are looking for. Now, if you don't do that and you just keep on making these outside promises, these external promises, if you will, to your clients and customers, and you're not able to pull it off, clearly you know what happens, right? You start losing business, your reputation goes down the hill, and depending what industry you're in, you either go away really quick or it's a slow, long, painful slide. A big thing that happens when you're not in integrity with your external conversations, your external promises, your branding, your marketing, if you will, is that internally your employees stop believing that message. So if you've sold people on, come on, we have an incredible mission and this is what we do. We're great to our people. We're great to our clients. If they start seeing that that's not the case, um, that impacts culture almost immediately. And once people stop believing the organizational statement, um, your purpose, your mission, your vision, then it's a really fast slide into being a really mediocre, if not a poor organization. Because if your people don't believe you, they're not going to pull it off. They're not going to go that extra step of the mile, right? So keeping people engaged and in integrity not only is just for them as individuals, it's for the whole organization. And if the organization doesn't back up what it says it's going to do, which is basically a promise to its employees and its clients, it creates a really, really, really bad culture and bad atmosphere. And there's no engagement then, and nobody going above and beyond to make the organization great. Because the only way an organization is great is if your people go above and beyond. It has nothing to do with leadership at that point. And either you have prepared them and given them the culture and the tools to be great, or you haven't. Again, that's part of the agreement of trying to create a fantastic organization. Now, here's a challenge, right? That's one of the big challenges. And once you start losing that faith amongst your employees, then it's a tough fix. It's a very tough fix. And this is where you need outside help, people like myself to come in and help disrupt, change, and rebuild that culture. And that's also change and rebuild leadership mindset because it's at that point. So if you're not doing it as a leader, it's funny when I go into organizations to help problems out, right? One of the first conversations that inevitably happens is our employees are doing this and our employees are doing that. And in my mind, I'm going, so, and I want to say, sometimes I do say this, what are you doing that enables that, allows that, or even encourages that through lack of action or lack of agreement or lack of integrity with what you're supposed to be doing? If you own the company and you are taking this program, it's much easier for you to make changes and fix things, right? It should be. But don't forget, you're responsible, right? You're responsible for that being what it is. Here's the dilemma with trying to fix internal problems, at least on a cultural level and a mindset level, is the very people that you have working at the organization are the very people that kind of didn't do their job in creating that culture and mindset. So handing off the job to them to do that, it gets really, really tricky. And I'll make a bold statement: it's impossible to impact and transform your culture inside out. You need outside and you need help, or you're just putting some wallpaper up and making it look good. If you don't own the company, there's a whole other set of situations that you need to be aware of, right? So if your organization is out of integrity, and you don't own the company, you're doing your best to make it work, but there are real problems there. You've got to operate perhaps with a bit more courage and start to lead upwards. You've heard that term, leading up, being the example, if you will, for even the people that maybe you report to. It's imperative that you understand that leadership doesn't stop. Your leadership does not stop if your people above you are not doing their job on a leadership and integrity level. You're still in that situation. I often get comments like, well, that's not my job, or that's how my boss likes it done. And then that puts you in a weird spot. If it's not serving your clients and it's not keeping your organizational holding its integrity with what you say you're doing, you're actually part of the dilemma there, right? You can't say, oh, it's not my fault. Well, it's not your fault, perhaps, but it is somewhat of your responsibility to take a look at that and decide how you need to approach that. Leading up can be a little bit scary. And it's a matter comes down to then a matter of your integrity if you don't try to lead up somewhat. It's a tough situation, right? But it is that's the opportunity for you. People want to do the right thing. Even your bosses want to do the right thing. The thing you want to remember when you start leading up, you've got to lead by example. And if you are going to have a conversation with your superiors, and I hate that word, if the people you work for are under, if you're having those discussions, it's imperative to have responsible communication. And I mean that such as, are you speaking with integrity, with concern, with intention to help them solve the problem? Or are you just going there to complain and bitch and all that good stuff, right? Big, and you might want to complain and bitch, don't get me wrong, but that's not going to change the situation. So leading up is huge. You want to learn how to do that, and you want to do it responsibly so you don't blow yourself up in the situation, clearly, right? So it takes some courage, it takes some responsible communication. And what I mean by that is not um, placing blame, speaking as if we have this situation. How can we fix this? I have some ideas for us, and I'm going to recommend we do this because this is going on. When we do this, this is not working for our organization and our business. Does that make sense? Responsible communication is imperative when leading up, and you will be challenged of leading up. I don't care who you are. If you're in an organization, there are going to be moments, and I'll call them moments of truth, when you're going to make a decision. Is it okay for your organization to operate out of integrity or not? If it's okay with you, um, that's a slippery slope for yourself. It really is. Now, if you think you need to fix because you feel that the need to be in integrity with your organization, what it says it's doing, and with your clients, well, then there's that moment of truth. Leading up is the most amazing thing you can do. And if you get good at it, and you can get good at it just by acting responsibly, you actually elevate your position in that organization, and you start getting recognized as that leader, right? And it's so leadership. Little tangent. Leadership is not dependent on a title. It's not. A really healthy organization, everyone's somewhat leading in some situation. And if you have a leadership role, you're going to have more opportunities to lead up and make sure that you are that example. So it's imperative that you stay clean in the process, you operate with integrity, and you intercede when the organization is not operating with integrity, not honoring their promises, and not honoring their agreements both internally with each other, your employees, or externally with your clients. So, little suggestion for today and every day, actually, is check it. Where is your company operating out of integrity? Where is it not saying what it says it's going to do, that it should do? Again, both internally and externally, and see if there's an opportunity to intervene there. And if you're willing to intervene there, that's a moment of truth for you as a leader. I thank you. Have a great session. I'll see you all in the next session. Make sure you keep doing the homework. Don't forget to join in for the group session programs, and you have a great, awesome day. Good work.